1 second, I'm going live. Okay, all okay on the live. So today what I want to deal with it is on Vipassana. Okay, or some people call it Vipassana, but it is Vipassana. So we will go through how to do it, what you would expect, and there are 72 steps in all before we can reach Nibbana using Vipassana. Okay, so before I begin, there is I got one email from one person in the US, and he is very excited about Richard's experience of Anatha while watching TV. He had a similar experience when he was in the kitchen. Okay, so he shared me all his details. So he was cooking and he was listening to Pena Pindupama Sutta of another monk, and he then suddenly saw that he doesn't have hands and he cannot see himself, meaning he was disconnected from anything called as I. And it's been 17 months since he had that experience. So he's not able to get back that experience. And he liked that you had this experience of watching TV and you're trying to find out how to do that again. Okay, and then I had indicated in my talk that it's due to the shaking of the mind why you're not able to see. So he wanted to know what is meant by shaking of the mind, what it really means. So in the morning, I was explaining to him that what is shaking of the mind. I think if any one of you have that same doubt, that what is shaking? Shaking in the sense that distraction. And what is distraction? Distraction through the sight and sound and taste and smell and touch and thoughts. This is distraction. Now, Richard's experience of watching TV, at that point in time, if there were no distraction, that is, dite mattan, sute mattan, mute mattan, vinyate mattan. What it means is that while seeing, there is only seeing. While hearing, there is only hearing. While touching, there are three parts of touching. One is by smell or nose. One is by taste, that is tongue. And one by body. And vinyate, cognizing. So when this is in a way that it is stilled, meaning there are no objects which are getting created. So Richard, while you were seeing the TV, at some point in time, you wouldn't have created any objects at all. And that creates the Anatha. Because if we go by the definition of Anatha, then Buddha says Chakkum Anatha, and then Rupa Anatha, Sota Anatha, Shabda Anatha, Khana Anatha, Gandha Anatha, Kayo Anatha, Pottabba Anatha, Jivha Anatha, Rasa Anatha.
I do not understand.
I'm going to speak in English, so don't worry about it.
I understand, but
1 minute. Are you able to hear me? That's
no.
oh.
For instance, you are cutting out.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay. So, shall I go out and come back and try? Okay. Is it any better? Oh, is it now better?
Yes.
Okay, much better. Okay, so you let me know if my voice breaks or something like that. Okay, so if we go by the definition of Anatha, so there are 6 of them. One is the eye, that is chakku, and the object, sight. Then you have ear, sota, and the sound. Like that, all the 6 of them. So Richard, what I was telling you is that at some point when you were watching the TV, you would have, without your knowledge, without any knowledge, this 6 senses wouldn't have connected to the 6 objects. The 6 sense basis, salaytana, is not connecting. Phassa is not there. If phassa is not there, there is a contact is not there, then there is no vedana, feeling. If the feeling is not there, then there is no craving. If there is no craving, then there is no becoming. Oh, sorry, there's no upadana, which is grasping to that sense. If there is no grasping of the senses, then there is no bhava, which is becoming. If there is no becoming, then there is no jati, birth. If there is no jati, then there is no jara, marana, and all that. So that means there is no old age, death, sorrow, and all that. So at that point in time, you would have been in complete Anatha, and hence you had Nibbana. This is the same thing what that person has experienced. So he was listening to Pena Pindupama Sutta, and in your case you were watching TV, but in his case he is listening to one monk who is explaining about the Pena Pindupama Sutta. At that point in time when he is explaining about anicca, because Pena Pindupama Sutta is all about anicca, the mind stopped with the 6 senses. There was no movement, and hence he could experience Nibbana. Something similar to you. But now the problem is, since 17 months, he is trying to see how to get back to that. Okay, like you are trying to get back to that Anatha, because you are knowing that you were in Nibbana. You were knowing that you were having Anatha. Okay, now the steps to go back. So there is 2 steps. One is Samatha and one is Vipassana. Other than lot many things what we learn, these are the 2 things which would help. Samatha is tranquility, making all the 6 senses calm down. And Vipassana is about watching the anicca, dukkha, anatta in each one of those 24 kinds. 12 in in-breath, 12 in out-breath. Okay. Now let's say I'm still watching a TV, or I'm watching something like what is there coming on my screen. If I were to observe the breath and still watch that, After a while, the mind slows down. The senses don't go out in search of the objects. At that time, if properly done, then I can be in Nibbana and also know that I'm in Nibbana. Something to what you have experienced. So we will try it out today so that you can get the same experience what you had watching TV and that person while cooking. So I had asked him to join. I don't know whether he's joined or not, but anyway, irrespective of it, we'll go ahead and we'll try. So what we're going to do is, you don't have to do the precepts all the time, but in case, just in case, if it fails, you can just go through the precept so that it just brings you back into Samatha. Okay. Now what to do about Samatha? There are 12 steps to be followed on Samatha. 12 into 2, 24, and the same one you need to do with Vipassana. Okay. So I will tell you what to do. I will also keep on saying it so that when we close our eyes and watch it, it goes like a guided meditation. So today we will do a guided one to see how you feel. And I will be there with you and we will discuss about it on how did you feel. So what you can do is you can relax the way you are sitting, wherever you're sitting, including I also will do it. Okay. Now I will remove my spectacle later, but at present, relax, make your Malti, if you're finding your back pain, you can lie down and listen. Absolutely no problem. You don't have to sit and pain your back. That's okay. You can relax. You can just sleep. If you are on the mobile device, keep your mobile next to you, and then you can exactly do what I say you to do. Okay. So if you can sit, it's okay. But if you cannot sit, don't strain your back or any muscle, because you have since you have back pain, don't strain it. Okay, step by step we'll do it. So now you relax, close your eyes. You can close your videos as well, because there's no point in having video. So we'll start. Watch the breath. First is so satova assasati, satova passasati. Now you have to watch the breath arising and passing in anywhere near the nose. That's the first thing. So let's first establish the breath. Watch the arising, which will have touching and passing. Watching the touching near your nostrils or near the mouth area. See whether it is long breath and whether it is heavy or not. Don't miss the breath. If some thoughts are passing by, keep the touching either in the nostril area or near the lips. Do not concentrate, but just keep the focus. Just like a security guard watching somebody going inside and coming outside. He's just sitting there and watching people going inside and coming outside. Now look whether your breath has become subtle, flowing very slowly, not heavy, but light. If it becomes light, there is no pressure. If the breath has become very light, then from the tip of your feet to the head, you'll find vibration. You'll find some kind of sensation which is very peaceful. Don't struggle to get that. It depends on second step, which should be very light feeling of the breath. And hence very short, not long, very subtle, not gross. If you are still seeing the long breath, don't force it to become short. Naturally it becomes short. As the body starts to relax, the breath also becomes subtle, lighter, and hence short. If one goes to some thoughts, it will again become gross. So you have to focus and attend to the breath. Now in the breath you observe across the body from the toes to the head. Are you having any vibration? You don't have to force to stop the thoughts. Just watching the breath is sufficient. If you try forcing it, new thought patterns will get created. If you are not able to get any vibrations, go back to just watching the breath, whether it is light or it is heavy. Ensure that you don't sleep. The body will become like floating object and immediately you'll go in sleep. Now let us say you have come this far. Now we can get into Vipassana. We don't have to right now go into 24 steps, 12 into 2. 12 in breath, 12 out breath, watching the anicca, dukkha, anatta. That becomes 72, 24 into 3. For now we are going to watch and apply for long and short. What is anicca? Defined as kāyatena anicca. Kāya means reducing, exhausting, diminishing, every breath entering and going away is reducing our lifespan. If I were to stay for 100 years, presently I've burnt out 50. It's gone. For 50 years, the in-breath and out-breath are gone. What remains is the in-breath and out-breath for 50 years only. So my longevity has got reduced. What if it is 90? Forty years. What if it is 80? 30 years. What if it is 70? 20 years. What if it is 60? 10 more years. What if it is 55? 5 more years. What if it is 51? 1 more year. Now comes the fear of where I am going to go. Into a good existence, or the same kind of existence. And that fear is dukkha. Every breath going away reduces the life. As the life is reduced, so the body becomes weak. As the body becomes weak, so the diseases. And also, the body starts to decay and diminish. Which can be seen by everyone. Muscles are gone. Only the bone remains with the skin. Cannot sit, cannot walk, cannot stand. So this is the kāya anicca. Diminishing, reducing, exhausting. Tremendous fear. What if I have only 6 months left? That's all. What I have 3 months left? Two months, 1 month, 15 days, 10 days, 7 days, 5 days, 3 days, my fear increases as the number of days are reduced in my life. That's the dukkha. If you are contemplating properly, your breath will become very subtle. And you'll start to achieve mental stillness. Eyes no longer will go in search of sight. Ears no longer go in search of sound. Tongue would no longer go in search of taste. Collection of flesh called as body does not go in search of touch. The nose is not going in search of smell, and because all the five senses are not going behind any object due to fear, the mind stops thinking. There is no vitakka. There is no vichara, thinking and pondering. Now you feel joy. Because all the six senses are ultimately slowing down. And stopping. Just like the deep sleep. Right now you're awake, but deep sleep of the world, and hence you're in Anatha. Now you don't feel any personality. You don't see right now as a person. You don't feel anything, nor you perceive anything. Watch the breath. Don't leave it. Why should you watch the breath? Because that is what is leaving you. It's involuntary. All that is you, all that is I, is in that breath only. Let's again contemplate on the anicca. As the breath arises and goes, life is getting diminished. Every breath gone is gone forever. And get it back. And this is common with everyone. No one can preserve the breath. So it is diminishing, exhausting, or reducing. Considering only 1 or 2 days left in my life, it's the fear of where these 6 senses are going to be born. If I disconnect the personality, by watching the dukkha, Anatha is reached when there is no I. If there is a long breath, watch the anicca. If it is a short breath, again watch anicca. Whether it is short or long, the breath is not going to come back, which is left, gone forever. And hence dukkha. There is no personality in that breath. There is no person in that breath. It's only the eye and the sight coming, ear and the sound coming, nose and the smell coming, tongue and the taste, collection of flesh called body with the touch, and all of this combined as mind with the Dhamma, thoughts. Now if you really fear of the sights and sound and taste, touch, smell and thoughts, it immediately stops. You'll not try to grasp. You'll not try to crave. You'll not try to feel. Attend to the breath only. Bring in that fear of where the breath is going to re-establish. Not in the domain, not in the place, not in the situation you would like it to be. Every moment the breath is going away, not coming back. Whatever has gone, just like water dripping. I have only one bucket of water and there is a hole that can never be closed. Water is dripping continuously, and that is the kāya niche. Without that water I am going to die, but nothing can be done. And that nothing that can be done is Anatha. And losing the water drop by drop is dukkha. Just like we keep earning and it keeps on spending. We keep on buying provisions, but it keeps on exhausting. You have to bring again and again and again. And that's the dukkha. Whenever the mind is fleeting, the heaviness of breath will start. Bring in the fear that the same breath is passing away, never to come back, of whatever has gone, just like the bucket with a hole in that. Of eating of food is like that. You keep on feeding, it keeps on going down. And all the actions we have done, saṅkhāras, they just go off. And immediately you will have a peaceful abiding. If you could penetrate into anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Now you could slowly open up your eyes and we can discuss. And after we end the session, you can continue if you would like to. But if you don't have anything to discuss and you want to continue on what you're doing right now, you can do it. Just continue if you don't have anything to discuss. We can do the discussion tomorrow. Observe the breath. Heavy or light. Every breath that goes away does not come back. We started our journey with the breath in. We're going to end the journey with breath out. The in-between is the life we've been leading. No matter what I think, no matter what I perceive, the breath has been consistently diminishing, consistently reducing, exhausting, and not coming back. This is the same for everyone. So everyone is going to the same place. By now, if your senses are getting disconnected from the sense object, you'll find extreme peace. Not only the body is still, mind is also still. In that way, you would have touched the citta anupassana also. And the Dhammas, thoughts, would become tranquil. There is no longer any I, myself anymore. You can feel the stillness. Those of you who would like to continue can continue. Those of you who would like to end it can end it. Just watch the breath, apply anicca, dukkha, anatta in both in-breath and out-breath. Khayatena anicca, diminishing, exhausting, reducing is anicca. Bhayatena dukkha, that which causes fear is dukkha, as in just a day left to live, as in 1 hour left to live, as in 10 minutes before the breath stops, as in 5 minutes. And asaratena anatta, all this while whatever I have done as I holds no good. This I was done with sight and sound and taste and touch and smell, with the 5 senses. There is no personality at all, there is no person. Just the objects arising and passing away. Keep your contemplation, and you can end whenever you would like to end.